Just making sure you're comfortable and warm. And start by noticing the weight of your body and how it feels against the floor. Continuing to notice the feeling of lying. And each time you breathe out, imagine yourself sinking a little deeper into a really comfortable, relaxed state. As with all meditations, it's really normal for your attention to wander away. And don't worry, it's really, really normal. Once you notice that this has happened, just gently lead your awareness back to this body scan meditation. If you haven't already done so, you might choose to close your eyes. But you can always leave them open and just soften your gaze. And the intention of this meditation is not to fall asleep, it's to fall awake. If you find yourself getting sleepy, you might just adjust your position a little bit, or maybe even open your eyes. And just begin to notice your breathing. And where do you notice your breath? Perhaps where it enters your nose, or maybe the rise and fall of your belly. And this is a very good place to notice the breath. You might even choose to place a hand over your belly so that you can more clearly notice its gentle rise and expansion as you breathe in, and the soft, gentle lowering and contraction as you breathe out. And now just gently start to move your attention down your right leg, the thigh, the knee, leg, ankle, foot, until you place and settle your attention on the right big toe. Notice how it feels. Is it cold or warm? Do you notice the sensation of contact with your sock or perhaps the air around it? Now expand your awareness to your little toe and then the other toes in between. And what sensations do you notice in them? And if you don't notice any feelings, any sensations, that's okay. Just be aware of whatever you notice or don't notice. And once again, being aware of your breathing. Imagine your breathing flowing all the way down into that right foot. Then back up the leg and the body. Softly, in the rhythm of your breath, flowing through your body, down to the right foot and up again. Now settle your attention again on that right foot so that you can notice the top of the foot more clearly. And the sole of the foot and the heel and the right ankle. The leg. And just being curious, welcoming acceptance into the lower part of your right leg and foot. Up to your right knee, right thigh. Perhaps your right leg now feels a little different from your left leg. And if so, just be aware of that. Now start to move your awareness to your left leg. All the way down to the left foot, settling on the left big toe. Notice how it feels. Is it cold or warm? Do you notice a sensation of contact with your sock, or do you feel air around it? Expanding your awareness to your left little toe, and then all the toes in between. And what sensation do you notice in them? Once again, being aware of your breathing. Imagine your breath traveling down your body, down your left leg, into your toes. When you breathe out, imagine your breath traveling back up your leg, up your body, till it leaves your nose. Now let your awareness extend into the whole of the left foot, the top of the foot, its sole and heel. The ankle. Breathing down into the whole of your left foot and then out again. And extend that gentle, curious and welcoming acceptance into the lower part of your left leg, up to your knee, then your thigh. Now slowly bring your awareness up to your pelvis, your hips and buttocks. And again, breathe down into the pelvis. And imagine that you are bathing that part of your body with refreshing and nourishing oxygen. Continue to extend your awareness up the trunk of your body, into the lower back and belly. Perhaps being aware of your belly rising softly as you breathe in and falling gently as you breathe out. Again, breathing down into that area. And noticing any emotions or physical sensations. And you might choose to explore their meaning, if any, for you. Or you might prefer just to continue noticing the soft rise and fall of your belly. Perhaps choosing to breathe down into any discomfort or pain you may feel in any part of your body. And you're not aiming to change the discomfort or pain, not aiming to push it away. Rather offering just a curious awareness, forming an attitude of acceptance. Now move your awareness up into your chest and your upper back. Notice your breathing into your chest. And if you can, do you notice your own heart beating? Welcome any emotions and physical feelings. And listen for any messages that you think these sensations may have for you. Then move to the hands and the arms, noticing both sides at the same time. From the tips of the fingers all the way up to the shoulders. Again, breathing down to the fingertips of each arm. Back up through the body, out through the nose. Now focusing awareness back up into the shoulders and up into the neck, the jaw. Noticing any tension here. Then into the rest of the face and up into the forehead, temples and scalp. All the time being fully mindful of all experiences in a slow and gentle way. And finally arriving at the top of your head. And you might choose to imagine that you can breathe in from the very top of your head and let your breath flow right down your body to the tips of your toes and then back up and out of the very top of your head. Being aware of your body being refreshed and renewed. Continue for a minute to bathe in this sense of energizing refreshment. And then just linger in the awareness of your miraculous body and breath. And perhaps just using this time to reflect on the process that you have undertaken here. Noticing any sense of peace, of quietness in the mind, perhaps softness and comfort within the body. You can undertake this body scan again anytime. Just thank yourself for giving this time to yourself to experience this journey. And just slowly, gently contemplate your return back to the here and now.